We wake up and the news is awash with a random situation. Pastor's wife has gone out with a chapati seeker, and we're like, hey.
No, it's the man who went with the chapati. Oh, sorry.
You get it? So we're like, wow.
I missed that story.
A pastor's wife with a chapati seeker?
Yeah.
How? But do you know what words border men are giving our wives on those border?
Yeah, by the way,
words,
if you sit on a border, the guys talk.
Words which you could never imagine. Man, I can go need that. What then? The guys telling your wife how beautiful she is.
And I'm so smart, and then he says nothing. And then a border guy says, hey, head girl.
Then the guy is right, and then he knows where she stays, he knows where she works. What is going to stop him one day to drop by flowers, which you never imagined? So men, let us learn and normalize listening to our wives after we have spoken into their lives. Now, Lawrence, as a man of God,
you know you guys are so deep. Well, hello and welcome to Solid Jamaz. This is a show for men. The word solid, you know what it means. It means substance, it means foundation. Jamaz is a Swahili slang word that means the brothers, the comrades. And so this is a show for men. And we do believe that conversations will always instruct, conversations will reveal, they will inform, they will inspire, and they will motivate us. And today, more than anything ever, men need to engage in conversations that will help us to grow and to get to the desirable stature in this world. And therefore, Solid Jamaz offers a safe place where we can come and we can discuss our things. Catch an episode every single Monday of the week. And if you have anything that you want us to discuss, you can reach us out on solidjamaz@gmail.com, or you can check us out on any of our social media pages, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. And we'll have these conversations going on. It's a conversations for men. Enjoy the show.
But then the full ends up
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Solid Jamaz. This is a show for men, and today we're going to do an extraordinary show because we have a guest. And before we can introduce the guest, I have some feedback for you. In the last episode, we talked about my father's son, and from that episode, I had someone telling me, yes, I am a woman and I listen to your podcast. I believe in breaking bad generational patterns and personal healing. Many of the problems we have in society today is failure to recognize and acknowledge such patterns and choose to do the healing, however painful it is. Only a few want to take this path. Thank you for the podcast. It has helped me to try to understand the men in my life and those I have crossed paths with. In essence, we are all struggling. Society tries to mask through professions, say a lawyer or a doctor. However, these men are human and are scared and are hurting. I used to wonder about the lack of emotion in some men I have dated, and at times I was judgmental or criticized harshly. But now I know better. The lack of emotion is real and it affects communication a lot. We as women need to be more self-aware and create safe spaces for the men in our lives to breathe. Please.
I like that.
Yeah.
Men need to breathe.
And then she says, please keep making those podcasts and having those conversations because they are very impactful, enlightening, and helps us to address the need for healing within us. I'm not going to say who that is, but that's feedback from one of our listeners of Solid Jamaz. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lawrence Namale, and I'm in this place. This is, what is the name of this place? This is...
the Solution Residence.
The Solutions Residence.
Yeah.
We are in Muchala Solutions study.
Yeah.
That's where we're recording this episode today, and we're excited about this. Man, how are you doing?
I am blessed.
Yeah.
It's a new year, so I'm grateful. I'm still in that space of gratitude.
Yeah.
And I feel pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. It means I'm expectant of greatness this year. Yeah, that is how I am, and I'm happy that today we are hosting a third voice. Sometimes we be here sounding clever to ourselves. But yeah, today I'm very glad that we're doing this. Is our very, very first podcast of the year.
Yeah.
And so Fiona, you are welcome. Please introduce Fiona to the rest of the world.
Well, I do not know Fiona to begin with, but I'm glad that Fiona is joining us today.
Now that she's here, let her give us her experience from what she's
Yeah,
had.
before she can actually introduce herself, tell us about Solid Jamaz. I mean, what has been your take on Solid Jamaz? We're just 10 episodes in, but you're one of those guys who've been listening consistently.
Sometimes. But I like the conversations. I like the honesty about the things that are wrong with our society. And I always say, because we live in such a patriarchal society, when things are wrong, sometimes it's easy to play the blame game. But I like when you and Gonzi have these conversations of men, we can do better.
Yeah.
And I think when you have men that are intentional about doing better, we'll see men raising children that can do better, that can believe in themselves.
Thank you.
There is something that a father calls out in a child.
Yeah.
However much mothers we nurturers, we play safe.
Yeah.
There's something.
You protect, you comfort.
Yes. There's something a father calls out in a child,
Mm-hmm.
and even for children that come from single mother homes,
Yeah.
I always say that let a child have a father figure.
Yeah.
That you can trust, and a father figure that is actually intentional about supporting that child and calling out the greatness in that child. So men play a critical role, and I hope to see a generation or society where men are really intentional and don't just go through life just making money, and it's just not about that. That's not sufficient. Yes, make the money, take the children to good schools and afford health care, but make time for children and call out that greatness.
Yeah.
They'll always remember that.
Right, and that's you feel that's the prerogative of the man.
Even at my age, yes, I lost my father a long time ago, but every Father's Day I take a moment and ask myself, is my father proud of me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that impact that he has in your life, even then, even though when he's not there. Yeah.
The Fiona that I have grown up to be.
Yeah.
Do I make him proud?
Right.
Because he spent time, he spent money. But then, do I make him proud?
Yeah. Did he make you proud?
Yes.
As a man, as a father?
There were moments, but generally, yes. My father was a medical doctor, and he worked greatly with the Catholic Church, and he didn't earn much. At some point, he was being paid by a district, but he was tossed up and down, but even with a small income, and there were quite a number of children. And he tried. He did his best. I saw my father in his latter years, and he had swollen legs. He got gout, and he would still. We stayed near a hospital. We had a house near the hospital where my dad worked. And even when there's been a victim of an accident, and my father is being called at 3 a.m. and he's tired, he would wake up and go. Sometimes we go cussing.
Yeah.
Actually say, I don't want to see any of my children being doctors because I may be walking up at weird hours just to go and someone just drunken driver, and it's like these was like self-inflicted problems, but he still has to up and go. And then during the day, you see he has swollen feet and he has some bandages on, and he's still
going to serve. Yeah.
So sometimes, you look back and you think that, okay, you know what, he gave it his best.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, I think at this moment in time, then you can now introduce yourself to the crowd of Asole Jamas, who are mostly women anyway.
Oh, that's strange. Well, women can impact men somehow, so we pray for that. So I am Fiona Susie. I am a woman. I am a mother of a daughter and son.
Sorry, Susie, your father's name?
Yes, Susie is my father's name.
Oh.
Rest in peace. So my daughter is 11 and my son is 8.
Wow.
And so I'm very passionate about getting into spaces where we are mentoring children, or spaces where they mentor children. So I recently even sent my daughter off for camp because I think I still believe in communities supporting us as parents to raise our children, because there's things that I may not be able to do.
Yeah.
There could be maybe someone who is specializing in child psychology or teenage just growing up. And me, I'm an academic. I'm in the IT profession. So there are things about even growth or mental development of a child that I may not really be very conversant with. So it's okay to put my child in a space where she is going to be helped to grow. I still believe in that sense of community. But then also when it comes to my son, yes, he's my last born.
He's
8. He's a baby, but I don't want him to just grow up.
Hold on, you said he's the last born or he's the youngest?
He's my youngest.
Your youngest.
It's okay to say he's my current last born.
Yeah.
But even as a boy, we live in a society that can easily allow me to. I'm a Muganda, so I'll throw in some Luganda words. Kubembereza children.
Pamper.
Yes, pamper children. But because I've seen pictures or stories on the internet where someone just gets a medal for even just participating. But then okay, what happens to the one who won?
Should participate.
So it's okay to participate, but can we raise children that know that, okay, I need to work hard to get to this place, that society is not just going to reward me for just existing.
Yeah.
So you still have to put in the work. So I still want to have a son that grows up in a society that rewards hard work.
Okay.
That he still works hard. When he messes up, he will be disciplined. And me disciplining him doesn't mean I hate him. I actually love him. And, to just, raise children that are not entitled.
Yeah.
It hurts me to see a lot of entitled young people, because then I ask myself, what generation are we leaving behind? So I'm very passionate about a program like this one that even I know you're speaking to maybe adults, but it's my hope that we can take those lessons and, it's anger management. When I see my son, I correct him and he goes and hides under the table, or he goes and throws a glass or breaks something or breaks a window.
Yeah.
He does this?
No. No, he doesn't. I'll smack his butt.
Yeah, you wouldn't allow that.
But you see, you want to get that at that beginning, at that point, other than waiting for it until, a child is doing drugs as a coping mechanism to deal with disciplinary issues, because they were not able to handle them at a young age.
Right.
So I'm passionate about programs like this.
Okay. Yeah. And so as, career, profession, what do you do? I'm an information systems specialist, or computing specialist. Yeah. I am an academic, so I teach computing at Makerere University. So I'm a researcher in ICT for development. So what I do, my area of specialization is participatory design or co-design or human-computer interaction, which is the wider area. So because technology is now everywhere, and we have people that have not been exposed to technology that are being forced to adopt technology. So I am passionate about introducing technology in spaces like that, so rural communities, or teachers or learners with disability that need to use education use technology to access education, or a farmer that needs to use the technology
to monitor their crop or monitor their productivity.
Yeah.
Or even a rural resident being able to report a water problem using a mobile app.
Right.
But then how do I develop that application that makes sense to that person?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like customizing technology for